sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second episode of ABC Fantasy Focus. I'm joined here by my special guest and colleague, Max Sapone. Say hello, Max.
Hello, very nice to be here.
Thank you for joining us. All right, so football Sunday is tomorrow. We need to give you advice to help you win your fantasy matchups, as long as game predictions, so you don't look like a total idiot talking about stuff to your friends. All right, so what we're going to deal with right now is we're going to go with our picks for QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex, and defense for this week. I'll start off for quarterback. I'm going Marcus Mariota. He's playing the Colts defense, which is last in the league against passing, and the Titans have averaged 35 points per game. Actually, they've gotten 35-plus points in their last 3 games, which is a franchise record. And Mariota's hot, so stick with Mariota. Even with their ground and pound offense, he's still worth it.
Quarterback, I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins, quarterback of the Washington Redskins. He is having 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in his last 3 home games. And he's going up against the Packers' defensive backfield, who is totally devastated with injury. So I'm expecting at least 3 touchdowns out of him.
All right, for running back, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to go with Doug Martin. He's made his return like last week, the week before that. Hasn't been anything special since he came back. But he's facing Kansas City. Now, Kansas City's scary. That's really only scary against the pass. They're actually 27th ranked against the run. And honestly, I think Doug's back with a vengeance. I think he wants to reclaim the fact that he's the best back in Tampa Bay, and he's going to make them good. So, Doug Martin, average, I'd say 100 yards.
Running back, I'm going to go with Latavius Murray. Going up against the 26th ranked Houston Texans run defense. Houston Texans have let up 10 rushing touchdowns and over 1,000 rushing yards this season. And not to mention, Latavius Murray's coming off very hot past 1 or 2 weeks. So I expect about 2 touchdowns over 100 yards from him. He's going to have a big game.
All right. Thank you. We go to wide receiver now. I'm going to go with, kind of back to something with Max, is Jamison Crowder. I don't know where you'd call him. He's 5'8", so he's not really big enough to be a number 1, but wide receiver on the Redskins. He's been very consistent the entire year. In most leagues, averaging about 10, 11, 12 points. Sometimes going beyond that. He's versatile. He's good on screens. He's good deep. He's good pretty much anywhere on the field. He's been Kirk Cousins' most reliable target this season. And against a torn-up Green Bay secondary, there's no reason why he shouldn't do good again.
All right, for wide receiver, I chose Rashad Matthews on the Tennessee Titans. He is going up against the Colts. And as Andrew said, they have the worst pass defense in the league, and they have led the most passing yards over the past 3 games. They're averaging 277 yards. And as Andrew said, Titans defense has been on fire, averaging over 35 points the last 3 games. There's no reason Marcus Mariota shouldn't throw at least 1 touchdown to Rashad Matthews.
All right, now we move to tight end. I'm going to go with, back to the Chiefs-Buck game, I'm going to go with Travis Kelce. For anybody who's ever watched a Buccaneer game this year, this should be obvious. Buccaneers secondary has been terrible, especially against tight ends. They've given up a ton of points to them, and Travis Kelce's been having himself a pretty solid year. So I would say, and he's actually surprisingly not owned in a lot of fantasy leagues. He's on waiver wires a lot, so I'd say go Kelce.
All right, tight end this week, I'm going to take Julius Thomas of the Jaguars. He is going up against the Lions, who are 18th in the league in pass defense, and Blake Bortles has been very hot, averaging 285 yards and almost 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games. So I expect him to get out of the backfield, get about, I'd say, 70 yards, maybe a touchdown. I think he'll be a good pick this week.
All right, thank you, Max. Flex now. This may be an odd one, but I'm going to go with Terrell Pryor. For this main reason. Pittsburgh, no matter how good their offense is, their secondary is absolutely terrible. If you can name 3 players in that Pittsburgh secondary, I will give you $1 that are actually any good. Also, the other thing is the lack of reliable targets on Cleveland outside of Pryor. He's bound to get a lot of looks, and with his just size and athleticism, he'll get open.
All right, flex. I'm going to have to go with Frank Gore against the Titans, who are ranked 16th in the league in run defense. Gore is just probably the most reliable and dependable running backs in the league. He's been around for a long time. Never see him have a bad year. He's almost at 600 yards this season, which is very good for a running back his age and size. He's just having a great year. I expect big things out of him.
All right, we're going to move to the defense now. And this has been a topic of discussion, but I'm going to cement it. I'm going to go with Miami. They're playing the Rams, who have officially announced they're going to be starting Jared Goff this week. Miami's defense has been playing very well in his last few games. They won their last game because of their defense on a pick six by Kiko Alonso. Also, word from the Rams is that Todd Gurley is highly questionable. He may not even play this week. Now, as I'm guessing, first start with a rookie quarterback, you'd probably want to run the ball quite a bit, especially when your running back is Todd Gurley. Now, take Todd Gurley out, Goff's going to have to pass, and in comes that Dolphins pass rush.
All right, defense. I'm taking the Jaguars against the Lions. Yes, it is a little bit of a bold statement considering the hot streak that the Lions and Matt Stafford has been on. But the Jaguars are 7th best defense in the league, and they are the 3rd best pass defense in the league, which is the Lions' strength. They don't really have that good of a run game, so they shouldn't get that many yards on the ground. And I'm hoping that Matt Stafford will be held to about 200 yards, probably 2 touchdowns. You have to give that to him. He's top 10 quarterbacks in the league.
All right, so we're going to move on to actually some fan questions. This one is from Miles Massey. Thank you for questioning. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. All right, we're going to, for a flex position, Isaiah Crowell, Christian Michael, or Marvin Jones. Miles, I'm going to say Crowell versus the Steelers. Again, with the Steelers' defense and the lack of reliable offensive producers in Cleveland, outside of Terrell Pryor, Isaiah Crowell is basically the only other guy getting the ball. And he's actually been a good running back this year. He's played some tough defenses, so his stats aren't the flashiest as they were in the beginning of the year. But against the Steelers, I think he will bounce back.
And I would like to add to that, Stephon Tuitt out for the year, torn pectoral, so they'll be missing probably their best D lineman. So he should have a big game.
Your next question was Big Ben or Matthew Stafford. Now, normally I'd kind of laugh at you with this question, but with the hot streak that Matthew Stafford's been on, I understand why you'd be a little thinking about it. But Steelers versus Cleveland, come on, you can't say no to Big Ben against Cleveland. That's just, you got to pick him. And then your third question was Christian Michael, Thomas Rawls, or Chris Thompson.
Come on.
Come on, man. There's got to be something you can do better than that. There's got to be somebody on the waiver wire who's better than that, man.
Christian Michael was on a plane to Green Bay on Thursday. He wasn't even on the team until yesterday. He's limited carries at best. I give him 50 yards at best.
And that's if he runs 2 big ones. For Chris Thompson, he's not even the starting running back. I mean, he'll possibly get 3rd down looks. He's not even the starting running back.
Against Green Bay, who has the 3rd best run defense in the league. So.
Yeah, so there's that. And then Thomas Rawls. If you really had to pick out of these 3, I would go with Rawls, only because he's probably the surest bet because you'll know he'll actually carry the ball. Though I don't... Well, one, he's coming off injury. There's a few things I don't like about Rawls. One, he's coming off injury. 2, the Eagles' defense is pretty good in all aspects.
Top 10 in the league.
And 3 is the emergence of C.J. Prosise. He's going to eat up some of the carries from Rawls. I'm pretty sure you have Sproles on your team, so I'd go with him.
Yeah.
But if these are really your 3 choices, man, I fear for you. All right. That out of the way. All right, we're going to go to the matchups now. We're going to see who we think is going to win this week. And what we're going to do is we have these white... Oh, sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we both have whiteboards in front of us, and we're going to go over a matchup, and we're both going to write down, and we're both going to show it. And if you can't see it, which you might not be able to, we'll just say what it is. All right, first up, Indianapolis and Tennessee. All right. Titans?
Yeah, it's
All
pretty
right.
much a no-brainer.
Yeah, we pretty much discussed this already.
Yeah. All right.
All right. All right, Green Bay and Washington.
It is a crucial game for the Packers. They are currently third in the NFC North. If they don't win this game, playoff hopes basically over. Big game. Aaron Rodgers is going to come out.
Okay, I went with Washington. I like Rodgers. I definitely is going to do everything he can to keep the Packers in this game, but without the real ability of a run game or the ability of being able to defend the pass, which is probably the Redskins' best asset right now, is very challenging. So I'm giving Washington the edge. Not by much, but I'm giving them the edge here.
All right, next we got Bills-Bengals.
Did you go Bills?
I want Bills.
I went Bills too.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the versatility that the Bills have, especially on offense, is going to allow them to take the game. I think Bengals secondary is old. They're not going to be able to keep up. I give the Bills 3 touchdowns. I think A.J. Green will maybe have a deep ball, but I see the Bills winning that game.
Let's also remember the Bills are the best running team, actually. Despite what many people think with the Cowboys, the Bills are actually the best rushing attack in football, mostly because all their running backs have a good amount of yardage. And the Bengals are like 29th,
Yeah,
I think, in the
way
league
down.
in rushing defense.
They're way down.
So, yeah, I'd give the edge to the Bills.
Yeah. Well, Sean McCoy's going to have a field day.
Yeah. Oh, start him. Houston and Oakland. Do we even need to do this one?
All right.
All right.
I'm going with Mr. Allen's Raiders. You know.
As am I.
No, really, not even a question.
Shout out to Mr. Allen.
Yeah.
for,
Mr. Allen.
Get me on this.
Yeah. Latavius Murray, Derek Carr's been on fire. They have the best receiver duo in the league. Texans, not even a chance. It's
Jeez. All right. This is an interesting one. Kansas City and Tampa Bay.
Chiefs.
Despite what Jameis Winston has been able to do on offense, and despite what Doug Martin can do, I don't think the Bucs have enough pieces to stop the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a very complete team. There's not a lot of weaknesses on them. So, I'm giving the edge to the Chiefs.
Yeah. And James Winston's best target, Mike Evans, probably going to be covered by Marcus Peters the whole game. Really don't see a lot of catches from Mike Evans, considering he has a respectable amount of drops this season as well. I just think that combined with Marcus Peters on him isn't good.
All right. Next one, Miami and LA. Dolphins. We can do the same one with everyone.
Jared
All right.
Goff, rookie quarterback, hasn't played at all this year. He doesn't have his running back. He's just gonna get crushed.
Yeah, I pretty much said everything you need to know about this game with what I said about Miami's defense earlier. It's just, no matter what the Rams do on defense, they're not going to be able to move the ball much on offense.
No.
All right, Browns Steelers. Okay, we're not doing this one. We're not doing this one.
Come on.
Come on,
guys. Yeah.
Come on, guys, please. If you don't know who wins this game, I pray for your future in football.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Yeah. Not even a question.
Yeah. All right, next one. Bears Giants.
I can't believe I'm writing this. It makes me want to chop my head off, but
Giants.
sadly.
Hey, Hey, they're playing the Bears at least.
They are playing the Bears.
But I mean, it's kind of set in stone. The Bears are just bad. The Giants have been pretty good lately. Their defense has played pretty good as of the last few weeks. The offense is it's
shaky.
kind of a hitter. It's shaky, but I don't expect the Bears putting up many points.
No.
Is the thing.
I see,
especially
with
Jeffrey
Alshon Jeffrey
suspension. Yeah.
Yeah, I see Jordan Howard being the only person, maybe Zach Miller a little bit, only people moving the ball for that team. I just don't see it going good for the Bears.
And I can never trust Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
All right, Cardinals Vikings. Cardinals. The Vikings, after their 5-0 start,
all downhill.
Yeah. If you watched any of the games, they have no run game without Adrian Peterson. Bradford is a poor decision maker. He's really showing that he's really not that good. The defense hasn't been playing at the same level it has been. And that offensive line's not very good either.
Yeah, I think David Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald, they're gonna have a good game. I don't think that Sam Bradford is gonna be on the field that much. I think that the Cardinals are just gonna have most of the possession and they're just gonna dominate.
I don't know if I'd go with domination, but I'd expect Cardinals to make more points on defense because
Yeah, I see Sam Bradford throwing.
I see him throwing a few picks and probably one of them goes for a touchdown. All right, next one: Jaguars Lions.
Very bold prediction here. Very bold prediction.
All right, Max is going with the Jaguars. I'm going with the Lions. Now, this is an interesting one. Matthew Stafford and the Lions have been incredibly hot lately. He's thrown 7 touchdowns and 1 interception in his past 3 games. While the lack of a run game is concerning against a good Jags pass defense, I believe that Stafford's probably going to be able to break through anyway. And I don't see the Jags putting up a ton of points on Detroit's defense.
Now, my vote may be a little biased. Really, Jags have the 3rd best pass defense in the league. I think they'll be able to contain Matt Stafford for 3 touchdowns. And honestly, I think TJ Yeldon, Chris Ivory, Blake Bortles, Allen Hurns, Allen Robinson, I just think they're going to find a way to get it done. And yes, might be a little biased, but I'm going with the Jags.
All right.
Patriots 49ers.
Patriots 49ers, all right. You know what? We're actually going to do this one.
Okay.
Niners. You can't see what
Try and
Max
make an argument. Try and make an argument. I want to hear it. In case you can't read it, it says Tom Brady.
Look, I'm pretty much just going on the whole. I can't even defend them without laughing.
That's really.
I hate Colin Kaepernick. I think he's a total jerk.
Put Tom Brady at free safety. They will
Come
still
on.
win.
Come on, man. No, you know
Put
I'm not.
Vinatieri at quarterback. They still win.
I'm not even gonna try to. No. Put the side down. I'm not even gonna try to defend this. All right.
All right. Moving on.
All right.
Man. All right.
All right. Eagles Seahawks.
Eagles Seahawks.
All right.
Game.
Last one. Eagles Seahawks. This one's gonna be interesting. Eagles.
Seahawks. I go
All right.
Seahawks. All right. Seahawks, although Carson Wentz did start off very hot, cooled down, started throwing picks, and Seattle, the game is in Seattle. Seattle's remarkable at home, and they're coming off a hot win against the Patriots in New England. So I think they have a lot of momentum right now. My prediction, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a fairly close game. I say 28-17 Seahawks.
All right. I'm going with the Eagles. While Carson Wentz, yes, cooled down a bit after his ridiculous hot start, Ryan Matthews has kind of reemerged over these last few weeks. And with him and Sproles in the backfield, that's always a very good tandem. But that's not the strength of either of these teams. The strength of both these teams is their defense. While both have a good defense, I believe that the Eagles may be able to try to exploit the fact that outside of Richard Sherman, there really isn't a good cover corner in that secondary. And I believe they can beat them on special teams and defense. Now, my prediction is, and also the Seahawks' lack of offense recently with our injured Thomas Rawls coming back now against the Eagles' run D that's actually pretty good. Russell Wilson has not been the Russell Wilson of previous years this year. And, I mean, maybe with the emergence of Jimmy Graham, but with the Eagles' safeties, I think they can cover him. So, my prediction is a defensive slugfest, ending with a game-winning field goal, 23-20 Philly.
You know, I really think Darren Sproles and Ryan Matthews, I think they're going to have a lot of trouble with Seattle's front seven, especially Bobby Wagner, Cliff Averill. And then who's Carson Wentz going to throw it to? He's going to throw it up, and he's going to, all right, if he's going to throw it up to, who's your number one receiver right now?
I don't even know. I think it's Jordan Matthews.
Jordan Matthews.
All right, one wide out.
All right.
If he recovered from Keanu Neal's decking of him last week.
So their only respectable receiver would be Jordan Matthews, and then they have Richard Sherman, arguably the best cover corner in the league, and then they have two of probably the best safeties in the league, Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas, who are monsters. I just don't see Philadelphia moving the ball that well at all the whole game. I just don't see it happen.
All right. Well, I have to find out Sunday. Max, thank you for joining me.
Sir.
All right. Don't know if all right. This has been ABC Fantasy Focus. Please leave a like and subscribe if you have not. And if you have any fantasy questions, please leave them in the comments below. This is ABC, and we'll be talking to you guys later. What are you writing now? I'm done. I'm done.
In case you can't read it.